guys, so a couple of videos ago, we were trying to figure out how to best mount the Starlink Mini inside the Model 3. And we have to do some kind of unique stuff because there's no 12-volt plug-in back there that's capable of 100 watts for the initial Starlink Mini setup. So I had showed before, I had bought, I think this was a 6-foot extension, but we cut one end off, the barrel plug, and we put the XT60 on here. And we did that because I have 12 volts running from the cigarette lighter down the door jamb into the trunk to power the test fridge. Well, that's good enough to do it. So we made a connector, just did a real quick test run the other day, and it worked great. So what I figured we do now is figure out the best place to mount the Starlink in here and kind of show you how that mount actually performs. So it's going to be on the passenger side of the car just because that's where the power cable comes through. But there might be enough length on this to maneuver it wherever we need. Ideally, I'd like it in the middle of the window, towards the back, but we'll play with a couple things and we'll see how that goes. But really quick on the mount, so it can sit like, feet down outside the vehicle, sitting on the glass at a campsite or whatever you're doing. But when you are in the vehicle, the most perfect way to do it is to rotate the legs up so it sticks like this. And now, let's back up a little bit here. Now, shagook, right to the glass, and your dish is facing straight up and out. And then, like I said, camping, you can, if you want to put it on the outside of your car, which would probably be best, you can just rotate your feet down like this and then just stick it in again with the dish face side up. So what we're going to end up doing is rotating the feet because it's going to be sitting in the car and try and figure out the best way to mount it. So let's get some doors open and a trunk open. Let's see how easy we can make this. Alrighty, so from the back seat of the car, we're going to go ahead and, like I showed earlier, we're going to rotate our legs around so that we get a nice suction to them. And again, somewhere back in here is where I'm thinking is going to be best. So, plug your equipment in first. All right, so here's what we got. Front of the car. And coming off the side here is that little XT60 that we have. This one goes to the fridge, so it just travels along, it's hidden in here and goes down to the sub trunk. So what we're gonna do, and I need both hands to do this really quick, we're just gonna plug in our Starlink end into that. One of these is ground, is positive, the other one's just a ground, so it's not actually a negative. My dad put the connector on for me. You just run a voltmeter across it, figure out which one's positive, negative, and there you go. So we're gonna go ahead and toss that up there. And we may actually have to pull the cable out and down here just a little bit, just to make sure that it reaches, because I have to make this a clean setup or it's gonna drive me crazy. All right, so got the back seat dropped over here. Power's just kind of ran. I can clean up the wiring here in just a little bit, but what we really want to do is get this mounted first. So there's a little tab that you're going to press on the suction cup while rotating the lock pin, and that is just going to kind of give it a really nice hold in place. Ooh, I know this is going to be a lot easier on a Model Y, that's for damn sure. So there you go. We have Starlink sitting in the window. We're just going to rotate our little pins here and lock those into place so the dish doesn't walk around, which is not the easiest thing to do, facing it backwards. Okay, there it is. Cord comes down right here. So there's the seat clip is right here, the actual metal bracket the seat grabs onto. Obviously, you don't want to grab onto this. Keep all your wires away from it. Doesn't really, yeah, you might be able to tuck it down into there. Let's see if that works. And I can pull and I can feel some slack on the wire. So we're not pinching it, we're not crushing it. Let's go outside and take a look. Okay, so here's our cabling. It's kind of dark in there. It's hard to see. Plus that wire is gray, but it's over here. We'll scoot that over, make it look real nice. We'll probably just use some Velcro and tack it up so it's out of the way. And then if you, with the window so tinted, you really can't see anything back here. So you couldn't even tell that it's in there, even if you wanted to try to break the glass and steal it. 5% tint is the way to go. So yeah, zip in there is what you can see. And there's the unit. Pretty awesome. So I think what we're going to do tomorrow is shoot out into Weaverville, California. It's about a 40-minute run out into the mountains. It should be beautiful. It's storming really bad, like dark clouds, rain. It looks ominous, which always makes for a fun drive. Zip for reception, and it should be just a beautiful mountain drive. I think we'll go do that tomorrow and test this. Oh, let me show you the switch in this video. I already showed it in a previous one, but this is important. Okay, so center console. You pop this open, and then my friend and I just wired an on-off switch right, boy, it's hard to get to, right there. Just a little switch that we can turn power on and off to. Whatever the accessory was back there, it was for the test fridge, and now we're going to use it for the Starlink. The only problem is Tesla has shut off all the power to the vehicle when it goes to sleep. So you can't use the 12 volts, you can't use USB, you can't use anything. So at that point, the car has to reconnect, the phones have to reconnect, whatever you're using has to reconnect instead of just leaving it on. I get it, they want to squeak out all the energy they can, but oh my God, you're talking nothing. It comes off the 12-volt battery, and the high voltage will charge it when needed. You're not even talking a percentage over the course of a week, maybe a percentage over the course of a week. It draws like 30 watts stagnant. So hopefully Tesla turns them back on, at least the cigarette lighter adapter. That would be fantastic. So I'm going to try to mess around with the wires back here. We'll get it cleaned up a little bit. I have to find some Velcro. I think that'd be the easiest way to hide those wires. That way, it can come in and out. So stay tuned. We'll do a mount and run, but this is how we're going to wire it up. And that suction cup mount should be pretty awesome. See you guys on the next one.